We go. Right. Welcome to GWE Wrestling Talks. Firstly, we're going to talk about Saturday night's main event. So, just introduce you to my guests, David and Kieran, who you have seen before on the show. We're gonna have to chat. We're gonna do a review of the year. We are gonna do a review of the year. But when something monumental happens, like the never seen 17, the greatest of all time, the last real champion taps out in his final match, I think that's what we've got to talk about first. So we've all seen Saturday Night's Main Event, so stop watching if you haven't seen Saturday Night's Main Event, but I doubt you'll be watching this video if you have not watched Saturday Night's Main Event. And if you have and you're getting the spoilers, then more fool you, quite frankly. And that is the sign for 2026. So let's go straight into it. I for me, and I've done a short TikTok video, I've done a short YouTube short video, just a reaction. I thought this was a masterpiece, from start to finish, from obviously Gunther's entrance with his extended new music to Cena's making us wait for Cena's entrance, getting Cena's last thing. The obviously last time his entrance, seeing all the wrestlers, all the old Kurt Angle, etc.
100%.
Kevin Owens was a nice person to see, obviously with his injury. Seeing all these people getting in, and then obviously Lillian Garcia having to say the intro for the last time. It was emotional. It was like, this is because I am adamant, and I will let you guys speak in a second. Sorry, but I'm just adamant that this is it. John Cena is not. If you ever know anything, if you've watched John Cena's interviews or read about John Cena, whatever, he's done. He is done. He is not coming back for Riyadh season. I don't care what they're paying, what they do, what trouble WWE might be in. He's not competing in a WWE. He's not competing in a wrestling ring again. So for me, we've never seen a sort of year-long farewell. I know some people didn't like some parts of it, but for me, there was so many highlights that got to this moment, and then the match was amazing. How you can make a sleeper hold interesting for 15 minutes.
There you go.
This is the masterful storytelling, and the crowd were eating it up. The crowd were loving it until they weren't loving it, but we'll talk about that, I'm sure, because they were so invested. And for me, I thought, if someone said predict the ending, my prediction he would pass out to the sleeper, because he's done that before. He's passed out, hasn't he? And he's done that, or he would just get pinned with like 3 power bombs or whatever. But I didn't. And then I thought during the match, Cena is going to win, because what could this do? But then why would you do that to Gunther, and all of this sort of stuff? But then no one goes out on that. So for me, I thought from start to finish. And then I love the fact that the crowd got so angry, that people are getting so angry. This is what exactly, just cry. So I watched it once this morning when I saw it, and then I watched it again with Talia. Talia absolutely loved it. She was cheering at the end when Gunther made him tap out. She was like, she likes Gunther, so there's the thing. But the fact that, and when they show all the crowd shots of the people, that was first class reactions, just brilliantly done. But that was, I'm sure we'll talk again, but yeah. What did you boys think?
Yeah, I mean, the match itself is brilliant, but we know Gunther can bring out the best, can't we? He's that guy right now in WWE. I was surprised they let Cena tap at the end. I thought it would be, monster kick, powerbomb. Or if he was going to tap, I would say, I feel like Gunther, because he tapped to Jay with the sleeper hold, and then he revealed his new kind of adapted STF against LA Knight. I thought the sleeper hold would fail, and that Cena would go to the STF, and then Gunther would reverse it into his version, and that would be the ending. And again, I thought that he wouldn't tap, he'd pass out or get pinned, but I mean, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Very well done. The whole year, to be honest, I think it's been really well done for Cena.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like people feel like they have to have a problem with the year. Maybe you can argue that because The Rock and Travis Scott decided to no-show, and then that didn't really get a conclusion. But the actual moment of the heel turn was unbelievable. It's the best moment. We'll go into talk about moments of the year.
Think some people might complain.
I mean,
turn from heel to face wasn't really done convincingly, or some people might complain about that part of it.
Yeah, but but I think that was the originality of it because he didn't have to do something
Yeah.
big. He just came out on
Said he's
SmackDown in New
tired.
York the night
Tired, isn't it?
before, said,
Yeah.
I'm turning face. I'm going to turn face. But I
Yeah.
was you've seen the video. I was in the
Yeah.
stadium when it goes black
Yeah.
first and then it changes the color and he's back.
100%.
That pop is
100%.
going to live with me for the rest of
Easily
my
one of the
life.
biggest
Like
of the year.
yeah, I don't think it has to be, oh, John Cena then has
There
to
you go.
save Cody to become a face. And then, do you know what? And I think this is testament to John Cena in his last year. That match of Cody, the crowd are more
Yeah.
behind John Cena at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
beginning of the match because he's turned face and it's cool to boo. But the way that the match
Yeah.
goes, they're cheering
Yeah.
Cody at the end and they want Cody and they still want Cena. And that is very hard to get to because they're like white collar, well, not white, what's the right thing? Like
Whiter than
white
white.
meat, they're
Whiter than
baby
white,
face,
you know.
like
Whiter than white, you
typical
know.
whiter than white. Yeah, exactly.
Unblemished,
White. They're
great
old
face.
school baby face, aren't they? And
Yeah.
to cheer for both of them by the end in a New York crowd, which is not the easiest crowd.
Cody
It's a
helped with that
hostile
though,
New
because
Jersey,
remember,
but
Cody
crowd.
had
I
like
think
his heel tendencies in the
Yeah.
build up to that match. So he was a bit rough and rugged,
Yeah.
taking shots, cheating a little bit.
Yeah.
He just had his heel tendencies. So it did help with the beginning of that. But yeah, the match was great. The match was great. As for last night, yeah, once my boy first 48 went out, I thought, okay, Gunther all the way.
Nice. I
My
love
boy
it. They were cheering
6'7"
for him
went
on
out. It was
SmackDown
all
this week.
Gunther all the way once he beat Mello. But no, what was really good was Gunther on Raw after he beat LA Knight, before he beat LA Knight, was talking about the method at which he's going to beat LA Knight and how John Cena needs to pay attention. There was really, really good chat
Yes.
from the back, and it led nicely into this match. He obviously Gunther has to be given credit this year, and I know we'll come to this about Wrestler of the Years, but he has to be given credit because he has been one of the funniest men this year, and he puts up. As a heel, yeah, you can have fun, but you got to put up with so much stick that can put you off your lines, put you off your game. Not once. The guy's in character the whole time, in control of technique and his performance and his persona every time. He's really, really good. And so obviously the match was told really well, and it was just when you see him trying to fight out of the sleeper, as you said, 15 minutes of a sleeper ain't great, and you just go back to the 90s where someone would be asleep for 2 minutes, they'd raise Hogan's hand twice, then he'll start shaking, his arm will shaking, the whole body shaking, and that match is over.
Yeah.
They had to do this for 15 minutes, and so give them credit for how they did it so many times. And I don't know how many AAs he did that match, but it was insane.
Yeah. Honestly, this is what I'm saying. You can make wrestling can be simple, can't it? It can be the good guy, the bad guy, and in this case, obviously, there's an emotional, historic storyline with it. But it can just be simple, and you, as good as some technical wrestlers are, and you can have all this, and you can have all the fancy moves, and you can have all that. These two are, John Cena's obviously experienced wrestler, 23 years, done all that, proved that he can wrestle despite people saying they can't wrestle, all of this. Gunther's throwback to the 1980s, black pants, simple entrance, heels, that sort of stuff. Very, the mat is sacred and all of this. It's pro wrestling. It's not. That was a great line, to be fair, from Michael Cole about pro wrestling beats sports entertainment or whatever he said, something like that, didn't he, at the end? But yeah, no, I thoroughly, like I said, watching the second time, watching Tali's reaction to watching it in terms of Cena, she was just adamant, and I was adamant as well. Cena's not going to tap, and honestly, I didn't think Cena was going to tap out. I just didn't see it, but it's the right thing to do for me. This builds the year of 2026 is good. Like Gunther's never going to lose. And when he does lose, it's going to be the biggest deal in the world. Whoever beats him in probably 2027. He's going to win a belt at some point, isn't he? He's going to be the champion for hundreds of days. He's not. Who's going to beat Gunther? No one.
He could go on a legend killer run now because you've got AJ.
You're going to call Goldberg the legend? Goldberg the legend.
Yeah, it could be like Randy is the legend killer now. He could go to against Randy.
Yeah, retire AJ next year.
Brock is going to retire next year, they reckon. So
retire Randy. Yeah. He could
and actually retire them. It's not even like legend killer or thing. Actually retire Goldberg, John Cena, potentially Randy at some point.
100%,
definitely AJ's retiring next year. We know that.
Already when it's SummerSlam
Ray's
or wherever it's
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. You're just looking at all the ones potentially on his list for next year. And it was the silly ass stat that Michael Cole was talking about on that what's he called? Wayne Barrett and the other one were talking about on Monday, that Gunther, without a belt, hasn't lost a match in the upper roster. And since he's moved up the roster, without a belt, he hasn't lost a match.
Yeah.
He's only lost Sami Zayn, he's only lost to Jey Uso, that's it.
So he's lost to. So he's
The
lost
world
to. He's.
to
I was
Sami
working this
at
out. He's lost
WrestleMania.
4 times. Yeah. So he lost
Yep.
Sami Zayn at
Jay is correct.
WrestleMania 40. He
WrestleMania
lost
41.
to Jay obviously at WrestleMania 41. He lost to
And
Punk
what about
at
it? Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Oh,
And then the other one is the fourth
Crown
one.
Jewel.
Oh, he
That's
lost
what
to
I was
Cody,
gonna say.
didn't he? Crown Jewel.
That's it.
So he lost Crown Jewel. That's it. He's lost 4
All the
times
belts.
on the main roster. Yeah, and he's not. He's
Yep.
it's literally it's
Yeah,
ridiculous. He's
What,
lost
3 years or
four
something
times.
like that?
4 times.
2-3 years.
And yeah, it was. And that's why it's such. And now, I think because obviously he's lost twice,
Yeah,
he's 3
yeah,
times this year because Crown Jewel, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania this year. I think
Yeah.
now he's done what he's done and tapped out
100%.
John Cena. He ain't losing for ages, and no, it's going to be such. Whoever gets the thing to beat him
100%.
next in a year, I reckon
100%.
you pass WrestleMania,
100%.
SummerSlam, wherever you're going,
100%.
you're going. It's huge now. It's huge, and I think. I mean, we'll never know, and they'll never tell us. And Triple H was laughing at all the boos and the FUs and all of this. So,
Good,
I
man.
know.
That crowd was good, man. That crowd was good.
They were
wasn't it?
hot, man. Kez, you're right. They were so good. They were so good.
They were fuming, but I'm convinced. I don't know. I'm guessing. My take is that it's John Cena's call. That would have been Cena. I said I want to
100%.
give out the smile at the end.
Yeah.
I want to give up at the end because there's no way Triple H is telling you
100%.
if Cena didn't want to do it, you're doing that on the thing. He's not just not doing it; he's just passing out, and that's it. So, I reckon he do you know what they do something sometimes in wrestling where I've seen it, and I don't know how often it is, but where they don't tell someone the exact finisher. If you look at Gunther, because I've watched it twice now, when he asked the referee, did he tap?
No.
And I don't know if they told Gunther before that Cena was going to tap or just pass out. So obviously they would have had the outcome would have been Cena loses to the sleeper hold. You look at the ref, and obviously he can't see Cena because he taps like this, and he looks, and maybe it was all planned, or maybe it was a gift to Gunther by Cena. Which obviously has Triple H's endorsement, but Triple H, I'm sure he'll just
He
take
already
it all.
said
Don't
last
give
year
a
when
damn,
Cena came out, isn't it? Last year when it was SummerSlam or wherever when he came out, that it's the one time that he's pretty much got creative control. It's like Michelle Monet right now. He's got creative control to decide what he wants to do with the year. And so blatantly, if you're looking at the setup of Saturday Night's One event, blatantly Cena wanted to give back. And obviously Gunther is the guy to really push the company forward for the next few years.
Yeah.
So he's happy to tap. And you just have to say the man is obviously everyone came out and respects him as a total professional. We're seeing that again here. Can you imagine Hogan doing this before if he was still alive? Can you imagine Hogan? Can you imagine Goldberg doing this?
Couldn't be more.
Can you
opposite,
imagine Brock Lesnar doing this?
Yeah. No. I know. This is it. This is it, isn't it? You can. And when your
100%.
mantra is never give up
100%.
to do it, like that's it, isn't it? It's like it wouldn't have even be a big. Because even Goldberg, he just passed out to it, didn't he? He didn't even tap Goldberg.
Didn't Goldberg win in his own mind?
Yeah, this is. Yeah. Goldberg probably wants to never run in AEW now, doesn't he, or something?
His last promo. Extra time.
Riyadh season. You never know when you're going to see Goldberg. It's Riyadh season, I'll tell you that. You never know when you're going to see it. Honestly. For that seven-figure payday. Yeah.
WrestleMania 43.
But no, honestly, Gunther, you can see the chat, as I said, for me, the chat he's had this year has been so good that this is just a massive string to add to his bow, that he'll be talking about this, retiring legends. He'll be talking about this for time to come. And obviously, he
was the man who made the man who never gave up after 23 years give up. Like, that's it. It's huge. It's like beating Goldberg's is not a big deal, but beating Cena would have been a good thing for him. But you kind of like, okay, he's done it. He's no, that's what I'm saying. I think Gunther's like super
100%
heel now for the next. I mean, he already is, but he's now a level. He's got that thing back.
That final boss.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, Jey is never going to beat him again. You know, there's certain people that are never going to. You know, Sami Zayn's never going to beat him again. You know, it's going to have to be whoever it is at some point, year's time, whatever that timeline is that they have for him. But he's going to get. He's going to get some heat on Monday Night Raw. He's going to get. He's not going to speak.
Last year's Dirty Double Heat.
Yeah, he's absolutely. He's going to get. Yeah, he's going to get it. It's going to be a thing. It's made now, isn't it? He can. I don't know whether he'll win the Rumble or get a title shot. It's hard. It's not. It's not straightforward as what they're doing, which is good. I don't want it to be straightforward. It's not like, oh, thing is definitely going to win the Royal Rumble. Maybe Roman's got a good chance, you think, because of all the looking at the titles and stuff like that. But then there's Elimination
It'll be
Chamber,
interesting.
obviously.
Obviously,
So
look,
yeah.
Ron Breaker's probably going to be champion in January. Yeah, he's probably going to be champion in January. Yeah.
You think he'll
Do
go
you think he's
straight
going to
away?
win?
I reckon it'll be CM Punk. Yeah. I reckon that CM Punk's holding this championship, obviously because of Seth, etc. And at some point, CM Punk will probably be going for Cody's belt. I reckon at some point.
Yeah.
At some point.
This is. Did you know what?
He doesn't come
Actually,
back.
if
He's come back.
they've teased it, haven't they? There's
So we'll see.
Yeah, but you could then do, if Seth's back, you could do. They want to do Seth versus Roman. That's clearly what all the plan was. That's obvious from last year's WrestleMania. But if Seth's back, you could do Seth versus Roman, no belt or whatever. But then you can also do Cody versus Punk for one of the belts, and then you've still got a belt on Breaker or something, like whatever you do. So you've got. I mean, they've got huge options, haven't they? There's not short. You've also got Brock in the mix as well. I know, Kez, you hate him, but he is obviously in the mix. And as he's on the advert, I assume he's going to play a big part.
Like Drew's the other one you're not mentioning, who is actually actively feuding with Cody right now. So
yeah.
So here's an interesting question, given what we're talking about. If you had to book someone for that big match we're predicting down the future with Gunther, can be anyone in the WWE, get a main event night one of Mania. If you had to pick one person to beat Gunther, who would? No, it doesn't have to be Bayley. You've got 3 months to build it. Who would it be?
So are you talking about
WrestleMania 43? WrestleMania 43, yeah.
So WrestleMania 43.
So a year and a half away.
Good talk about at that point.
Yeah, like it's a big deal, obviously.
It depends who they built up because it's hard.
Yeah.
Cody could obviously be one at any point. Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
It could by then it could be Dirty Dom.
100%.
They can't keep him heel forever.
100%.
And his popularity is going to be at that thing. And if you look at Dirty Dom, I mean, Femi obviously had a good showing on the thing.
Breaker.
Yeah, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker probably will turn face at some point, and he's popular. And the way he's on the mic in the last 2 weeks, God damn, there's nothing he hasn't got, is there?
Bro, this is like a family show, man. Good. Come on, dog.
I know, it's always worse when you know the wife as well, isn't it? She's on the program. So it's something, But it's I think there's one.
I was thinking someone like Dom. I think Dom's probably in the prime position right now. He is that guy on the rise. My sneaky outside bet is actually Bronson Reed. I've been very impressed with him in everything he's done. But if you've got a year and a half to build someone, I think there's a few candidates you can actually go with.
Yeah.
And there'll be some of them I don't even know about because I don't watch NXT. So I'm just interested in because that really spells out who. Really, the question is, who do you think is becoming that star in a year or two? Just needs a bit more. And a bit more experience.
They've obviously handpicked the best from NXT that they wanted to showcase this weekend. You know, I agree with what you're saying in terms of Dom massively. But with NXT, Femi didn't look out of place. He didn't look out of place. He did not look out of place.
That's what we were saying before we started recording.
At all. Yeah. Considering he's only been in the business,
he didn't look out of place in 3 years.
That's Tiffany Stratton game. They've got people who are so naturally good at the business. Obviously, the young guns they brought in as well. That it's unbelievable how comfortable he was against Cody. You know, that's why they protected him really well as well. Thank you, Drew.
Yeah. Well, this is it, isn't it? Yeah, they don't. This is you don't mind it. No one needs to take a pin in that match. There's no harm. Like you can't keep up the W. Not that he keeps losing, Cody, but you can't have the WWE champion taking pinfalls. Like it's not the main champion. And I think it's I agree. I think just on your point there though, Dave, it's a really interesting one because as well as Tiffany done, they probably rushed her a bit, in effect main event in WrestleMania with Charlotte. Having the big match, and it obviously that was messy build up with the promos, and obviously then all of that was like. So I guess they probably maybe will learn some lessons because that was the same thing 3 years in the thing. Obviously amazing in the ring, decent on the mic, and all of that. And I wonder if they'll just give
Yeah.
Femi his
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
like give him, obviously he'll step up, he'll be on the main roster imminently, get him a long reign with the US
Yeah.
title or something, and that sort of stuff, instead of going straight. Oh, obviously at that point, Tiffany, they didn't have the women's
That's the
lower
thing.
belts before,
That's the
did they?
thing.
Now they've got those, but they didn't have it. You're either just the champion or you're not the champion, are you, in women? So I wonder if they get. I mean, not they. It's very few people that can go straight there,
Yeah.
like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
I know we don't like him, but Brock did that, didn't he? Brock was like literally ridiculous. Whatever their FCW, whatever it was. I mean, see, they all did, didn't they? Batista, but John Cena took his time, as we've seen in the 100 videos that they showed. There was a, there was a rough patch, Randy Orton and
That's
Batista and stuff like that. So I think, but I think they've got it. They've got so many people. It's always like, I mean, and no, we shouldn't talk about him or whatever, but Vince, on the whole, knew the right time when
100%.
to pull the trigger, didn't he? He knew when. Like, people were always, and he never got every decision right, and Triple H doesn't get every decision right. No booker does, but I think.
Yeah.
Just doing it at the right time, like not because if you do it too early, it gets a big pop,
100%.
it's a big deal, and then everyone gets annoyed with them. Like and there's a difference between everyone in the crowd getting annoyed versus the bloody internet getting annoyed. Because as we know,
As Jey
that's
Uso
a whole
knows.
like. If you read the internet, you think Jey Uso is getting booed in every arena, as opposed to every time.
Dude,
No one's complaining about it
people
in the
are giving
arenas.
Jey
No
Uso
one's
their
complaining.
babies to yeet with in the arenas. People trust this guy. They're giving this guy. This guy's not sober half the time. They're giving him his babies. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
And like over a year down the line as well. Like I'm just like, it's ridiculous, man. Like he is like, we're talking about old school. He is the oldest of old school babyface now. Like
Yeah.
just
That
appealing
guy
to all those kids and young
gets
and
unlucky. Crowds behind him.
Catchphrase, music.
Unlucky not to win the big things a lot of the
You just
time.
wanted to do his thing, don't
But
you? Yeah.
what you were saying earlier about Bronson Reed, that's what I was going to say. It's a really good idea because you look in the last year, Bronson Reed was just this annoying person a year and a half ago. Yeah. Until he took things into his own hands, on Raw, and obviously Seth first,
Seth,
and then battle with the Giants, with Monster of Monsters. And then he just went on just tsunamiing left, right, and center people. Honestly, it was a really good 3 months for him last year, towards the end of last year. And then obviously when you're with Paul Heyman, etc., you're going to be rising. You're going to be rising.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a match, isn't it? Braun versus Braun at some point, isn't it? That will happen, and that'll be huge.
Beasts.
Yeah. They've got a. It's just executing at the right time, though, isn't it? Because AJ's definitely going next year. It looks like Brock will retire next year. They're going to be off it. Obviously, Cena's gone now. Randy can't have that much long left, and he's doing Riyadh season now with Mr. Beast or something, isn't he? In things, so I assume his schedule is less and less, and he's not gonna. I suspect he might have one last pop of the title because it'll be Cody, and that's a match, isn't it? That people, maybe want or whatever. But I don't know how much more. Yeah, I don't. So some of these people are going. So you do have to have these next ones coming through. But then I don't. If you see what Punk said on his interview last night when he did the post show, he's not going any. Like he's rediscovered his love for this now,
No
and
surprise.
the schedules are so different now that they can go, can't they? They can go longer. Cody's still got a while left him in, and there's a few there. I mean, Roman, as we keep saying, I mean, he only wrestles 3 times a year, so it doesn't.
It's comfortable. He's comfortable.
It's helpful, isn't it? But so I think a huge stars to build. Should we go to our review of the year?
Respect to all the obviously you can see the love from literally all the wrestlers. In the build up, they're all writing their messages, come to see him. It was almost some curtain call, man, with all these faces and heels together. Vince would never have allowed this.
No. Vince appeared on the video. I can't believe that Vince appeared on the video.
I didn't see that video. But no. It was just I haven't seen as much as you guys, but you can just see. I don't think I would have seen a wrestler who's probably as most globally loved as this. And
no, I think they've also when you didn't watch it, and and it wasn't great at some points in the 23 years Cena was there, to be honest. But he did every. This was the days of every house show. He did everything. He did, and he's got the record for the most make-a wishes. Not for wrestlers. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's what it was, wasn't it? He's just and do you know what he So people got to this point, and it's funny now, isn't it? Because the world was so angry about him tapping out when they were so angry because he won all the time because he was Super Cena, and it's
100%.
roles of reverse. It's almost
Yeah.
like the irony of that. For years there was,
Yeah.
oh my God, Cena's beating everyone. He's Super Cena. He does the Super AA Avalanche AA. Michael Cole said F you. I don't know what it's a comedy show, Michael Cole.
As I said,
I know he's
the
excited,
emotion,
Michael Cole, but he goes Avalanche F you, didn't he, yesterday? But yeah, no, he
100%.
is. He's clearly loved. He's clearly a good person, and
Yeah.
even just how he went out, but even how he went out, hasn't he? He's put Cody over proper. Like he's putting people over to be the whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
QB1 as he calls himself, Cody. But to do it in the way, like I said at SummerSlam, for me that was solidifying Cody. And I know Cody will turn heel, and it was at some point maybe in the future because that's a storyline, but. He doesn't have to turn heel, and that's the thing. Everyone still sings his song. He goes in there. People love him. The kids love him. Everyone loves it. But he, he put the right people over. Then he obviously put Dom over. You know, there's he put Dom. He put Dom. He put the Judgment Day. He put Liv.
Tahana Bomb,
Roxanne
you
Perez. Look at that. Even
all of them got their bits.
Yeah. Roxanne
Perez.
He took a Pop Rocks. He took a Tahana Bomb. Like this is what I'm saying.
The
this
business
man,
first.
He just put that, and then obviously in the match with JD and Finn and all of that sort of stuff. He did on the way out. Obviously, had an amazing match with Logan Paul.
Loves the business. Business first. This is why I knew he'd tap for the business. It's the best thing for the business to have Gunther for the next year or two, for the rest of his career, really. It's best for
talking
business.
about
best
this.
for business.
For the rest of his life now, isn't it? Yeah, it is best for business because he's not. Because at one point I was like, and this is when you get invested in it, I was like, is Cena actually going to win? Because obviously the crowd is so far behind him, and there's like, are they going to give it? And then I'm thinking, how much would it affect Gunther if he lost? Like, you know, if he lost on the way out, probably not. You could probably rebuild him, but this does something special now to what it does.
Match. The fact that you've got people on this YouTube watch this for 40 years, you can still not know and still get excited and still get lost and caught up in it. Caught up in the story, caught up in the show, caught up in the pantomime, caught up in everything. Beautiful. That's when you know it's a great match, man. That's when you know it's a great match.
But that's it. And that's what I'm saying. And you caught up in 15 minutes of a sleeper hold, which, you know, if this was Sergeant Slaughter against Hulk Hogan years ago, I'd be like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
You maggot. Done. But that's the beauty of it. And the fans were invested.
Those were some of the worst matches I ever saw.
And there were real tears at the end. That's when you know the crowd. That's what you want with the match in it. You want the crowd on board.
Honestly, watch the last bit again. The minute he taps and they show like there's about 7 close-ups. They do. Charlie's just laughing at the kids crying.
C Nation.
I was like, Tally, you know, we would be getting beaten up if we were there now.
Yes, Ring General.
I was like, it's like when we were in Scotland and we were supporting Damien Priest at Clash of the Castle. And it's like, honestly, there's a video. I've got a video.
WrestleMania 40.
Literally, they were so angry. They're so sad. Yeah. It's just what it is, isn't it? It's like people are so angry. They were like, but people are invested, aren't they? People wanting to see that they fought. But I don't think it's ever going to win. I don't know why people like you know what I mean.
Man's been telling everyone he's going to retire John Cena.
Yeah.
Stop pretending.
Yeah.
But no. Entertaining.
Yeah, but, exactly. So
rest of the night.
I think rest of the night.
Rest of the night. Because there was a lot of talent on Showcase and some I haven't really seen much. Yeah. Femi, I saw bits of him in NXT when he beat Trick Williams. I saw little bits of him then, but I've never really seen him properly. And as I was saying earlier, the man didn't look out of place. Really didn't look out of place. The whole match, honestly, started very dominating, very strong, but he wasn't just the kind of Braun Strowman strong. It's just that he has control in the ring. He's got agility. He's got for a big man. He's got lots of other skills, and obviously the storytelling and interacting with the crowd and him being this my brother, the ruler. But look at the connection between him and the crowd compared to Omos. Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's literally what I said before, Dave. Before we started recording, I said Obafemi is what Vince thought Omos was. That's the difference. That's exactly what it is. That's what it is, isn't it? He put this thing in, put him against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but I agree. And obviously Cody can have a good match with a lot of people as well. Like it's a good 100%. Mix. No need for any of these people to take the
3 second 10
pin or anything like that. I think it's good. It's a good showcase. And obviously Drew is going to have a match with Cody. I probably the first SmackDown of the year, I reckon, because they're doing a big Raw, aren't they? So I wonder if they'll do a big Smack goes to 3 hours. I think they'll have Cody versus Drew as the main event on the SmackDown, which is the
Awesome.
week before we go to SmackDown in London. So, or is it a week or 2 weeks? 2 weeks before we go to SmackDown, maybe whatever the date is. But yeah, I think Sol Ruca is amazing. I've seen more of Sol Ruca than I have of Femi. And Bayley is like the most perfect
Exactly.
pro you could go with. Like she's you'd put anyone with her, wouldn't you? So it was good finish as well with the thing. Soul Snatchers are bloody amazing move as well. It's like
What do you think?
Great finish.
What about the rest of the? I mean, over Femi, yeah. As we were talking before, I'm actually. I think after seeing that, I know we got one of our categories was up and comer of the year.
Yeah.
Or big 2026. I was thinking he's going to have a big showing. I expect him to be one of the surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble. He'll probably get 7-8 eliminations. Look very strong. Set up a couple
the last
of
four.
people.
That kind of thing. That kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I thought he just, as you said,
Makes sense, doesn't it?
To win.
It's the only thing is who you have to drop the
just got
NXT
it from
belt,
Ricky
doesn't
Saint
it?
last
Well, he
week,
doesn't have to,
but we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, no, you're looking, and obviously they would have seen the crowd reaction to him. It's a big crowd, isn't it? It's a very hot crowd, isn't it? But it's a 20,000 crowd, and they're actually. But again, like obviously some people watch a lot of us. I time watch a little bit of NXT, but not much. I've seen maybe one of a Femi match or clips maybe. So for me, who has a channel who does talk about wrestling, almost every day on the internet, but I haven't seen much of him, and for me, that's a showcase. That's like that's what you do. Same with Sol Ruca, and then Leon Slater. I have to say, I have never seen him before. I've seen Bouncy before, who is amazing. Javon Evans is amazing. Like you can see he's very likable. He's almost like an EO Sky type of likable, isn't he? He's just like a high energy character who's gonna be liked and can do amazing things. But I've never seen Leon Slater before, and for me, the best thing he did was the recovery.
This is what I was
going
to point out.
He went straight for the pin.
This is the kind
21.
of seasoned pro. Remember how we spoke on the last
Yeah.
on the last one of these channels? I said, look, I've not seen AJ slip on the rope. Yeah, remember we were talking about, because Jade obviously did it last year in the build up to WrestleMania, blah blah blah. Never seen Jay slip. The fact that AJ slipped, what's the first thing you do? Like a pro. Went to go and pin him, beat him, and then he did it so well.
Yeah.
Then he went onto the rope,
21.
slowed it down, acted like he's all beaten up. He did everything so well. Credit.
Dude, he's 21.
Brains.
This is the biggest match of his life. It's the biggest audience he's ever got. It's like, this is if they, and like you expect this from a Dom, because he's grown up in the business, right? And you expect he's been in the business since he was 5 or whatever. Since and maybe you don't always get it from the next generations, but you can get why a Dom would have that, or a a second generation, third generation person, Cody Rhodes, all of these people would have it. But for him, I don't know his background, and I only know he's like TNA and whatever. But for him to do that, and obviously the match was good, and and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, they in fairness, whether it was Cena's idea or they said it was just Cena's idea about let's showcase some up and coming people. How many people were tuning in because of Cena would have watched that and been impressed by either
Sol
Femi
Ruca,
or Sol Ruca or Leon Slater or Javon Evans? Like, all of them. To be fair, not one of them didn't look good.
Straight off the bat, you can stick them into the tag team in the SmackDown division right now, and I would.
Oh, dude, they'll improve it straight away. They'll improve the men's tag team.
Yeah. They've improved most of the tag team. Obviously, the Usos are back now. The tag team it's improved, but before that, it's Usos versus New Day on Raw tomorrow. I was like, what is this? 100%, this is like a WrestleMania match.
But no.
There's no. I think it was just a good show, wasn't it? Headlined by the main event. Even the little videos, the amount of proper celebrities this time that were doing their little video. Obviously, it's a load of American sports people, but so many of the American sports team were like tweeting. It's a huge. Obviously, he's huge, isn't he, John Cena? Now he's made more famous because of his movies and his TV shows and stuff like that. But but obviously, it's just the whole. Yeah, I remember when he turned heel in February. It was such a big deal. But it was such a big deal because everyone just knew John Cena as Mr. Hustle, loyalty, respect, and stuff like that. But he's done. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, he does appear. I mean, he'll do Hall of Fame at some point, I'm sure, John Cena. But I don't think he's going to do run-ins. I don't think he's. I remember seeing something. I think it was before the year started, and he announced it, and he said, "Anything in ring, I'm not doing. Like I'm not doing because it's I don't." I'm not saying if there happens to be another WrestleMania 40 moment in WrestleMania 50 or something, they might do that. But it would
100%.
be like Undertaker.
But
You
he's
know what I
not
mean? It
going
would
to
be like a
be a
yeah. But
Shawn
I
Michaels
don't see him
commissioner,
doing.
comeback, chat,
Yeah.
chat, chat, lots of kicks every other week. He's not going to be doing any of that. None of that. None of that. None of that.
No, none of that. I don't think he's doing any of that.
Yeah.
He'll get inducted into the Hall of Fame at some point, obviously. But I don't see him doing thing. I don't. I think just before we go into the next bit, I think just as a summary, I'll probably do a video. We can do a video about his year. I think
One
he's
of
had a
the
great. Like
people of the year.
honestly, I look
Yeah.
at the highlights.
Don't forget his
Yeah,
pipe bomb with
yeah,
CM Punk, man.
yeah.
His pipe bomb with CM Punk. His turn, his
Exactly.
pipe bomb.
That's amazing.
The
Yeah.
match with AJ
Yeah,
Styles. There are so
yeah,
many amazing, really, really good
yeah,
moments. Obviously, match with Dom was funny, but there's been so many good things for him this year. Really has been. Really has been. But before we move on, the one thing I
yeah.
would say,
But I think
that's the one thing I took note on the whole night of SNME was Leon Slater and how he acted as a seasoned pro for that moment. Honestly, that's the one thing I took note of.
Brilliant.
And he's just a kid from Bradford. He's a kid from Yorkshire, yeah,
Yeah.
who's got the brains to be in the big. So you have to give Shawn Michaels credit for whatever he's doing over there, and whoever he's picking, whoever was upset not to be on the card.
yeah.
Shawn Michaels has done
I
his
know,
job
but they picked
right.
well, didn't they? Because all four of
And
them did.
when you look at them
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
see moves like also Femi, he's really agile doing his moves. Yeah, number one. Number two,
yeah,
OG Cutter. This flipping 450 delayed swanton
yeah.
bomb is
What is that about?
soul
OG Clutch is
snatcher.
amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
The future of WWE is full of injuries. I'll tell you this now, full of injuries. Full of injuries. Sol Ruca's already been out for like 2
Well,
months.
Sol Ruca,
She's
I
already been
feel like
injured.
she's been
She's
injured
been
twice that
injured
I
since
know
the
of
double
already.
flipping soul snatcher
Yeah,
evolution. She's been injured after that. There's going to be injuries left,
yeah,
right, and centre in years to come. But
yeah,
no, the moves are getting ridiculous now, and the ability of these guys is so high now that if they can storytell and they can do the chat and they can, if you get
yeah.
young OG doing
That,
the chat well, if you can get them learning from these guys, then it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
yeah. I mean, they've got amazing. Like
Yeah.
obviously they've had Cena for the last year. They've got people like CM Punk, like
Yeah,
Roman
yeah,
Reigns. I know Roman probably doesn't help anyone because he's not there. But you know what I mean. If you look at, but you know what I mean, like you said, like you look at the sort of talent that they've got and the man like Kevin Owens,
yeah.
Sami Zayn. These people have headlined WrestleMania. You know these sorts of people that are around, and obviously like Triple H, Shawn Michaels himself have a
100%,
very good
100%.
in-ring careers. Those two, you know, in terms of you listen to those people and they. I mean, CM Punk. I thought it was a bit for show when he first came back, but clearly it wasn't about how much he was
Big
helping
time,
out the NXT people. And he
big
was just
time.
there helping them out, and they were listening to him, and he was like, "I'm going to give advice in a different way because
Yeah,
I didn't listen," and
yeah.
you know, and all of that sort of stuff. So I think they've got such good things. So like you said, it's the storytelling and the move because the moves
Anyhow,
that's great, but
100%,
I'm not watching gymnastics.
100%.
Like you know what I mean. It's like I've watched gymnastics today. Like I've watched a lot of gymnastics today. I don't, you know, there's a difference between getting the moves with the storytelling and the thing, and it's
Timing.
the time. And this is clearly why the four that got picked clearly
Yeah,
have timing right. You know,
yeah.
they don't rush. They know when to leave it. They know when to do it. They know when to delay. You know, without going too much behind the scenes, they obviously have to know
Do you know what
which
I mean?
camera they're
Do you know what I mean?
at. Like you know, in terms of like if you're going to do a facial reaction, there's no point doing facial reaction if the camera's shooting someone's ass. You know, there's like you know there is the timing and knowing that and you know and that stuff. So and obviously they're learning, aren't they? And that, but yeah, the future is. I think the future is very bright in terms of what's to come. And we're interested to see how many of these people will actually get a
Yeah,
place on
yeah,
the card at WrestleMania.
yeah,
Because that's the ultimate, isn't it? There's as we always say,
yeah.
13, 14 matches maximum. Maybe a couple of multi-man or multi-woman matches, but honestly, I think you know there's 4 or 5, 6 matches that are going. Well, 4 matches of the full main title for 2 men, 2 women. Right, that happens. If Roman Reigns not in that, Roman Reigns has got a match. If Brock Lesnar's not in that, Brock Lesnar's got a match. That's 6 matches before you even think. That's half
And
the
if
card
you look at
of
the
2
ones that
nights.
came
So
up
it's
then,
not.
so the ones that came up like a year and a bit ago in the last draft, so it was Tiffany Stratton, it was Lara
Yeah.
Valkyria, it was Bron Breakker, and there was Carmella Hayes. Yeah. Obviously, Tiffany second year had a belt.
Yeah.
Ron
Yeah.
Breakker had a belt. Lyra Valkyria had a belt as well, so they all would have featured, isn't it? So they all, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we'll have to see what there is to go around and how many of them come up. But they're obviously not drafting now. Well, I don't know how it works, guys. I've only seen it for 2 years. So they did draft 1 year. The next year they kind of like filtered
They
them in.
don't even have the
I don't think they
draft
will.
properly anymore. I think they
They
have
just
the
make it up, don't they? The
yeah.
draft. Like there's
I
no
don't.
100%.
rhyme or reason. They just
100%.
make it like when
Yeah.
they
I
fancy.
think,
Yeah. I think if they've got a few injuries, they've got a
they'll
gap
just
in the
bring
thing,
some in.
haven't they? Then they bring them up. It's
Yeah.
because there's no house shows anymore, is there? So they can't test them like they could test them. There is house shows in
Yes.
Europe when
Yeah,
we're
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
SmackDown in
but
a few weeks' time. So
otherwise,
there was a few house shows there. So I suspect some of the
yeah,
NXT
yeah.
folk will be in that thing. So we might again see them on the
And I
SmackDown maybe
suppose they
because they
use.
have to fill 3 hours. And but then again, SmackDown, if you're going to get
That's
to 3
right.
hours, you need to
That's
fill
right.
it. So I assume if Femi gets called up, he
Yeah,
goes to
yeah,
Smack.
yeah, yeah,
They need some people in SmackDown, don't they? They're struggling with star power, aren't they? In terms of every week, it's just if you look at elite stars on SmackDown now, on the men's side, it's just like a really top level star. They struggle. So yeah, to get it to 3 hours is that's where the
I
gaps
mean,
are from
you
an
keep
NXT
saying
point of view, I
4.
guess.
There are actually 5 who are on the card. You're missing your favourite, boys. Yeah.
Joe Henry.
Say his name. Say his name. Say his name.
No, but the fact he was on the card does actually say, like, he's
And
probably.
Kez,
I know.
and
I mean, he gets a
Yeah.
in
huge
WrestleMania, he
reaction,
took
doesn't
that
he?
RKO out of nowhere so well, man. He took that RKO so well. So obviously
Yeah.
he's. Huh?
3
What are
hours
you
of
gonna say?
SmackDown, we'll see him then, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I suspect they've got. But even talking about spots and filling, there's only 30 spots in the men's Royal Rumble, right? So even like there'll probably be 4 matches in the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
2 title
Yeah.
matches and 2 Rumble matches, right? That's what I suspect there'll be. And there are so maybe 2 men get a title match, or 1 man,
Yeah.
the champion, and a title match, right? And then so that's 2, and so you've got 30 spots. It's a crowded field. There's a lot of people who
Yeah.
aren't getting on it. In terms of that, I think it's good. It's a good problem to have, isn't it? It's not a you don't want to be like, oh God, we've got to bring in someone new.
Gotta
We've
bring
got to
out
do
some
this.
bushwhackers or something. Just got to
you
fill
know,
them in.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
No
we
one
got
needs to
modern
see
day ones,
that.
War Raiders, isn't it?
Goldberg. Yeah. To be fair, it's Riyadh, isn't it? The Royal Rumble. God, if he comes on, I'm chucking you both out my house. That's what I'm doing. Tali will chuck you both at the house.
Now,
No
question
one
I've
wants
got
to
for you
see
guys.
Goldberg.
At the beginning of the year, I was adamant. I said, look, if Triple H can make me like DIY anyway, then the man's done magic. Yeah. DIY. So that's it. DIY for me, easily tolerable now. Easily tolerable now. I don't mind watching them. I'm not going to cheer for them, but it's tolerable.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 2
That was
TLC matches helped
the
massively,
first
don't
TLC
they?
match was amazing. That
Yeah.
was on the SmackDown, isn't it? That was amazing. So that led to helping them. But you can't do that with War Raiders. I don't care what you say. I don't believe you can do that. I just don't believe you can. You know, if the New Day can't help me enjoy War Raiders match at WrestleMania, if the New Day can't help me, then no one can help them, man. No one can help them, man. I don't care what anyone says.
No, I agree. They're a struggle to watch, aren't they? They're literally, like you said, modern day bushwhackers. They don't have they don't feel like a heel team, a face team. They're not.
Know what I mean?
They're not interesting. I don't think I've ever heard them speak on the mic.
There's nothing
so,
that really connects them at all.